I think we have time for one more question. Maybe this is just a little bit more of an observation. As someone who plays a lot of video games, something I appreciate about Mythic Quest is that the game that they're making looks fun. Like, I want to play the game that they're making, and I think that's really important for its authenticity. Yeah, how much time did you spend, making sure that the game looks like a game?
A lot. Yeah, we really, I knew that once we got into this world and agreed to do this show, that we needed it to feel authentic. I think everybody recognizes that nobody wants to see a show about actual video game development and the minutia of it on a day-to-day basis. It would just be tedious, to your point earlier about like people staring at a screen. What we care about are human beings. But that said, and their relationships, the power dynamics, working together, all those relationships. But that said, we knew that it needed to feel authentic, and that people in the gaming industry would smell from a mile away. So how do we do that? Well, at every turn, we had as many people and members of the community come in to speak with us in the room and to consult with us. I mean, we even have people who have worked in the dev industry on the writing staff, and people who work in the gaming industry on the writing staff. And we have a consultant with us every day, all day, to make sure that we're getting everything right. And I don't mean just like tech jargon, which again is just, that seems like surface level, but really like culture, understanding like, ooh, this really wouldn't happen in the way that you're portraying it, but it would happen this way. And I think that's when something can really start to feel authentic, when it's not just, let's just use a bunch of buzzwords. We're really, what we're trying to do is make it feel like it feels every day at a dev studio. And so far, we've gotten a really good response from that community.
I'd love to hear a specific example of that, like how having someone in the room who has worked in that industry led to, something you wouldn't have had in the show otherwise.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the testers, for example. So there is a certain amount of stretch there. Like if you go to those rooms in the real dev studios, the testers, it's not siloed in the exact way that we've siloed them in our office. And so, but I knew we wanted to have them nearby, and we knew we wanted to make it clear that they are kind of in their own little box and own little world, because that is what it feels like, right? So that would be an example of like having the consultant there, even as we're constructing the sets, and say, look, I know that this isn't technically accurate, but will it resonate as true? Like that's what's important, right? When you're building a story, is like, it's all fake and made up, but is this going to resonate as or resonate as truth? And the consultant said, I believe this will resonate as truth. These people are siloed away. Yes, it's not technically in a box right in the middle of a bullpen of an office, but that being said, it creates the feeling of what the environment really truly is. And that's what we're trying to extend throughout the entire process.
Well, Rob, thanks so much for talking with us here on Bullseye.
Thank you for having me and for your support. Really appreciate it.